All right, how is medical sales different from any other type of selling? So I'm not even going to say that. I'm going to say that I'm just going to speak to medical sales. I'm not going to make the comparison, but you guys can make the comparisons. Medical sales is a very unique sell in itself because it really is about improving patient outcomes. That's the bottom line. You know, I think everything that's sold out there is to improve the quality of life, but medical sales is literally to improve that patient's quality of living life, right? From a physical point of view, from something that's working within their body, which, in my opinion, I think is the most important thing to improve when it comes to a quality of life. Being able to walk, being able to breathe, being able to live 30 years instead of 5, being able to see, being able to have teeth, being able to stand up straight, being able to see clearly, being able to hear, that's dramatically changing the quality of someone's life. And that's one of the reasons why I'm so excited about medical sales. I stand behind that. And I think that's what makes it really nuanced in how it's different than other types of sale. And also, there are a lot of hoops you got to climb through for some of these products and some of these drugs. Formulary hoops, even production hoops, even stocking hoops, and then the hospital's hoops or the clinic's hoops, hoops after hoops after hoops, to the point where you're saying, why in the world am I doing this? Well, on the other side, if you figure it out, someone gets to hear again, or someone gets to see again, or someone gets to breathe again, or someone gets to live 40 years longer, or someone gets to completely eradicate a deadly disease to the point where they can't even spread it to anyone else. These are the types of things that you're doing in healthcare medical sales. So this is what makes it really different than any other type of sale. Okay, what is the average compensation for medical sales reps? So there is no average, all right? There's different ones that have their averages. But what I'll say is this, I'll keep it easy. We're going to break it up into med device and pharma. Med device, I want you to think everything: OR, trauma, elective, OBGYN, uh, um, cranial, sports medicine, you name it. Heck, even think biologics, even think of capital equipment, put it all on the medical device side. Then I want you to think pharma. Pharma, I want you to think pharma and biotech. Okay. So on the pharma side, you're going to be given a high base. If you were making 40 grand, you might be given a base of 50 or 60 grand. If you were making 80 grand, you might be given a base of 90 or 100 grand. And you're making a smaller commission, maybe 40. So it's a good living. And you're going to get a raise. If you perform, you're going to get a significant raise every single year, 3 to 7%. And your commission, if you perform, is going to get higher and higher. So it's good. It's not going to get higher, high as 100 or 200, but it's going to get high as 50, 60. It can be really lucrative if you're someone that puts their head down and gets the job done. In medical device, you have a couple of different models. So sometimes you have an all commission model. The money you can make is so lucrative that they pay you off of straight commission. And you might be like, oh man, how does that work? Well, some of these reps that are straight commission, they're making $400,000, $500,000 a year because they're selling these expensive equipment that's being utilized like the wind because they created such a great relationship with the surgeon, and now they're literally making $500,000 a year. That is not a crazy or strange or one-off scenario. That is, I wouldn't say fairly common, but it's common enough. And they're definitely making the 250s, even the ones that are 100% commission. But you also have your medical device positions that give you a base salary. The majority of them are very low. Again, $50,000, $60,000. And it makes sense because they're giving you this very high commission. Some special programs do it a little differently, where they'll give you a base pay of 100, maybe even 120. But again, you get that super high commission. So pharmaceutical, high base pay, lower commission. Your base pay will be more consistent. Your feet won't be held to the fire if you miss quota once in a quarter, heck, even twice in a quarter, 3 times maybe. Med device, you're gonna have that lower base, that much, much higher commission where you can make some serious money, or 100% commission, also make some serious money. Low base and pressure to get it every quarter. And we've seen enough cases where they didn't make it one quarter and they were gone the next. So those are the different environments, and that's the different kind of money you can make. I mean, in a nutshell, you can make more than 500,000 in a medical sales position, depending on what field you get into and how long you've been there and your level of performance and what the market's doing in your space. You won't make that in pharma or biotech. It will not happen, but you can make up to 300,000. And then lastly, or the last two, actually, no, we have a few more questions. How many companies could I work for? So I don't even like that language. So we're going to change that right now. For anyone watching this or listening to this, stop thinking, how many companies can I work for? I want you to think, how many companies deserve to have me? And that flips that whole question on its head, because you're an asset. The fact that you're taking the time to study how to even get into this field, you're an asset. And whatever company gets you will be lucky to have you. You need to see these companies as, I'm going to vet them and I'm going to see if it's worth my time to work for them.